golden guest for May. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I feel really honored to be part of your podcast. I'm
You're
excited.
so sweet.
Yes.
You're so sweet. So where are you at? Are you in California?
Yes. Right now I'm visiting my partner. He's here in Sebastopol, California, like by the Bay Area, like well, more Sonoma County. But yeah, all is good. Still in the States.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you just had a film festival there in Sonoma, right?
Yeah. I'm actually working now since the last time we saw each other. I was doing like all the pre-fest, but I'm working as a programmer for short films at the Sonoma International Film Festival in the town of Sonoma. Yeah, it was crazy. It was great to be kind of like part of the staff and not just volunteering for a festival. But it was great. I met a lot of connections, new filmmakers who some of them were their first time in a film festival. Some others, were veterans. But it was amazing. It was great. We had a lot of feedback from the people saying that this year definitely made like a huge difference from years before. So I'm really proud of that, actually.
Yeah. Is this your first year working there?
Yes, it is my first year working with them. Yeah, and also as a programmer, like for a bigger festival, because I used to program shorts too, but in a festival back in Mexico where I went to school for university. I did that for like 3 years, I think. But I was like doing a little bit of everything. Yeah.
So how do you get a job being a programmer?
Well, I applied and I got I think it's you say referred, and then they just called me back and they did a couple of tests and here I am.
So did you go to school for filmmaking?
Yes, not really like a film school, but it's I have the equivalent of a major, like a
Okay.
bachelor's
Yeah.
of audiovisual media, but it was really focused more into filmmaking. It was meant to be for everything, TV, movies, like just videos, music videos, and all that. But I went like inclined to film, like just film instead of the other.
So
Yeah.
film's like your major, your passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Hopefully one day I could live out of them, make movies and have a plenty life, having a plenty life.
Yes, that's my dream too.
I know.
So we met at Sundance Film Festival. I just want people to know how we know each other. And you are our team lead, the boss.
Yeah.
And
Hardly.
was that your first time being team lead, or you did that before that, right?
No, I was actually access control the years before. I started in 2019, but on 2022, when they were thinking of coming back in person, they offered me to be a theater manager, and I kind of felt like not really prepared to do the big job in a theater. And then, well, things happen, and the festival went totally online. And then for this year, they asked me, and they offer the team leader position for the right. Because long story short, we used to be with the same team in another venue, and then basically they moved the whole team to this new venue. So they were like, we already are like have a lot of access control people, including you. And they say, you want to be team leader? And I said, of course. I mean, I talked to Bart, who's our theater manager, and he said, I think you should do it because if you want to be a theater manager, like this is a great way to start. So yeah, so thanks to Bart and feeling confident enough to do it, I decided to do it. And I must admit, it is a lot of work, but it is not as hard as you think it would be. It's just as long as you have everything sort of like in control and not get chaotic, like I think everything is fine. Plus, I it's not just because I'm talking to you, but I have to admit that I have a really great team, including access control, who, we packed the houses when we had to, and everyone got in. It was great. Yeah.
It was great meeting you. You're a great team lead. I mean, I had a great
Thank
team
you.
lead before too with Tyler. So
Yeah,
and I thought you did a great job. I mean,
thank
I,
you.
I I think the hardest part for me would have been like whenever the new people would come in, and then you have to know their names and where they're at all the time
Oh
too.
yeah,
But some of us that are there the whole time, So that part's easy. We know our job, but with the new people, I would just think it'd be so confusing.
yeah. And then we would have like, oh, you have a sign up for just today,
Yeah.
and tomorrow you don't have anyone else. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. And plus, we were all new to that theater.
oh
And
yeah,
I think that really bonded us big time. Like it was
oh yeah,
like a whole
totally.
new thing for us. So, you
Yeah,
know,
part of being a team leader or theater manager, you have to write reviews for every single volunteer that you were in charge of. And I was just writing, like I'm happy to come back with this whole team because as you said, I think everyone being new to the venue, it really made a bond. Like it. And I hope Sundance is not listening to that, but like having the potluck, that was great too.
yeah, yeah.
Like it,
I
it
mean,
made me feel that everyone was comfortable enough with everyone else, and we were having a really good time.
yeah, I had a great time. Everyone was so caring, and then it was only my third time really, and everyone knew what they were doing, so that helped me a ton, because it's
Yeah,
a new venue and it's a lot bigger than the theater I was at before. I mean, a lot more people came through.
yeah.
I mean,
And
we
then,
had, we had some days there it was just like crazy.
mm-hmm.
The
Oh,
opening,
yeah. And
I've never been that busy ever.
yeah, and I keep thinking of, I think the two that most impacted the theater for us was Infinity Pool and what's the Jason Momoa's documentary, Deep Rising,
Yes.
because of the people who were there, like
Oh,
Jason
yeah.
and what's her name? I forgot. The girl who is in Infinity Pool.
Oh, yes, but also,
Yeah.
the big actor there was there
Oh
too.
yeah, yeah.
Skarsgård.
Skarsgård. Oh yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Woo.
Yeah, Momoa and Skarsgård on one week. What a week!
I know. So yeah, and like I use those examples out as like how well, even though we were all kind of new to the venue, and they just throw those movies in the first 2 days. It was just like we did a great job. But everyone, as I said before, everyone got in, and it's just that it's great.
Yeah, it's just so much fun volunteering there. I just love it.
Yeah.
I mean, and plus,
Yeah.
plus the way we bond and meet each other, it's really special.
Yeah. And
I met
still
a
we're
lot of special people there, like you.
Thank you. You too. And
Thank
still
you.
we're working on the short film or documentary or anything about volunteering at Sundance. It's
Yeah.
already trademarked, so no one get that idea.
So let's talk about your
Yeah.
script and your film that you're going to work on. I'm very excited to hear about that.
Me too. Well, as I'm a filmmaker too, besides being a programmer. The last short that I did was in 2020, like a week right before lockdown. So I had almost a year to edit it. And then I sent it to festivals and it went great. It got to a lot, including Provincetown International Film Festival and the big festival in Baja California, which the state where I'm from. So it went really well. And the thing when I do a short is that I kind of have to feel it, that it's the right time to do it. I've had this new script since last year around this time, but then a lot of things happened and I kept postponing it. And when I was like, okay, this is the time to do it, there was something in my head, like not yet, until after the festival in Sonoma. I was like, okay, like now I'm done with that. I have free time and I feel, more prepared to do it. So I started doing the pre-production and everything started from there. I started calling my friends who are usually, well, not usually, they're always the same crew that we work. We went together to film school. So each of us have like a an area of speciality. I don't know how you say, like, I have my audio girl, I have my camera guy, all that. So I pitched the idea to them and they were like, great, let's do it. And right now I haven't sent you the the script because
Okay.
I changed a few things of the dialogue, but since I'm shooting in Mexico, the script is in Spanish, so then I have to translate it to like people like you, and I send it to Bart, and then Cooper, is like for them to read it to see like what's the feedback of it. But sorry, can you hear the click clack? Is my dog is just okay,
Nope,
great.
not at all.
Yeah, so the short is about spoilers, no spoilers, two friends, two best friends, a gay and a lesbian, and they're kind of sharing their sexual experiences with, other people. And then the girl, she's like, you know what, I don't think I ever had an orgasm with someone else. So she's always like looking for something more. And then they're out in a like in the yard. Yeah, it gets crazier.
I
They're
knew
out
it
in
was gonna
the
be crazy by the title.
Oh yeah. So they're out in the yard, like around a fire, and then they start looking at the stars and they're wondering about life in other planets, and boom, she disappears. There's like, what's going on? She gets back. She was abducted, but she just had the best orgasm of her life. Yes. So then it goes from there, like with the friend who also gets abducted, and so they both kind of experience it makes them have something else in common as being best friends. Title is They Came. It's a play on words that I like so much.
Oh my god, that's so good.
And I'm really proud to say that the girl who's going to be the actress, because I wrote it, I'm directing, and I decided kind of last minute to act it too. So I'm gonna, yeah. Woo! The girl who's gonna be the actress is my best friend since we've been like 10 or 11. So we kind of wrote it together. I told her, this happens. What would you say? So first of all, I wanted her to be the actress because the character, even though she's not a lesbian, is kind of based on her, like the attitude, all that. And then when I was trying to do casting for the guy, I was like, it's gonna be hard to find someone who gets this chemistry. It's like you either have two other actors that are best friends, or you really rehearse and do a lot of stuff. And then my friend was like, why don't you act on it? Like, I would feel either more confident doing it. It's like, all right. And then I started pondering, and at the end I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Why not?
You don't have to pay yourself.
Exactly. We're shooting in 2 weeks. I think it's Memorial Day weekend, the last weekend of May. We're shooting for just one night. It's a short script. It's like 7 or 8 pages. So we're planning on shooting one night. Hopefully everything will be okay. And I've been having a lot of pre-production meetings, like Zoom meetings with the whole crew, and they're all really good. They're all like excited to do it, and like I would say 99% or 95% of the crew and talent are women, and they're really great. Like, I'm not trying to make it political, but then it's like, the person who gets the title of the director might not be a woman, but sometimes when you see a film or a short, you have no idea who is behind, like the focus is always on the director. And I don't know, I told them, yes, you want that for recognition, but I always, when I work with them, is like, no, like, if you like production design, don't thank me, thank her, because she did it. She, her mind and everything. So I'm really happy and proud to work with them because they're very talented. And now we all are in our professional world. So yeah, as a producer, I have to pay them. It's not like, hey, can you do this favor to me? You know?
That's
Yeah.
why I entered the contest on Stage 32 because it's the first contest I'd seen for anything, and it was a short. They
Yeah.
guarantee you if you win the grand prize, you get $10,000, and they start producing the script in the
Right.
fall. So I'm like, well, that sounds kind of really nicely wrapped up for someone who doesn't really know what like, because I didn't go to film school.
Yeah,
All
yeah, yeah.
all the people that I've met that I would work with, I've met at Sundance, like a
Hmm.
photographer, camera woman,
Yeah.
director, producer, whatever. And now you, I'm like, oh my God, another, and Bart too.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. And then,
Yeah, but
yeah.
sorry, continue. Sorry to
Oh,
interrupt.
go ahead, Jim.
Oh, no, and then I'm totally like I feel like a filmmaker can be a filmmaker without really going to film school, because it's, I don't know, some people might think that it's, that you have to go to film school to be a filmmaker, but I don't think so, because I know so many people that are just like, if they want to do it, they do it, you know. What I'm going with this is like, yeah, you probably didn't go to film school, but you wanted to write the script and you wrote it, and it's amazing. I really liked it a lot, and
Oh,
I
thanks.
just saw it as a pilot of an episode, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to watch this. Like, you know.
When we did the table reading with my sons, they also zoomed in with us. So all six of us were doing the table reading. The youngest played the lead character, and he made the dialogue so funny. And I was like, I never thought that what I was writing was funny, but when he read it, I was like, oh, this is why you need to read your script out loud just to see what they get from it, because you don't know what they're going to get from it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and hopefully you would, like, this is the final version, but then you could also change some stuff that probably on paper they look great, but once you're saying it, it's like, this feels like forced, or it doesn't feel really like a conversation,
yes.
Yeah.
That's why I understand why you're going to play your role, because it makes sense, because it's your best friend too. So
Yeah.
It'll be easy and flowing.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's her first time acting, and she's kind of nervous, but she's really like eager, and she's always like, let's do it. Like, she's like, I'll be nervous or whatever, but that doesn't mean I don't want to do it and I won't do it. So she's kind of like I think it's called like Daredevil, like they like just doing everything, and like for our birthdays, because we're 5 days apart.
Oh, you're both Aquariuses?
Capricorns.
Capricorns? Oh,
I'm in
on the cusp.
I am in the cusp.
Ah.
But she's she's on the 15th of January, and I'm the 20th.
Okay.
But anyway, we went to Six Flags, and she was like, oh, there's some rides that I'm really scared of, but let's do it, So yeah. That's one of her qualities that I really love about her, that she's always,
Augy's like that. He's my Capricorn. Augy, he's great. He's never been on a roller coaster.
Well, whenever I go visit you, I'll take him to a roller coaster.
Maybe he'll go. Yeah, he'll go now. Probably he's older. He feels more in control. He's not gonna flop around in the seat, because he's bigger.
Yeah. Then you get the palm.
Yeah. So, so you're gonna make the movie in a weekend, and then you're gonna start editing, and how long do you think that will go?
So, well, I usually it always depends, on planning or how the project is and all that stuff. So with this one, I have a period of 3.5 months total, since pre-production to have the last version ready. Pre-production is basically done. Right now we're just waiting kind of for the money. We started a GoFundMe campaign, which is, I believe, one of the best ones to do, because you every certain day you get the transaction to your bank account.
Wow.
So it's not like, so like Kickstarter, for example, I tried to do one, and then it was like, okay, it will take like 5 days to see if we can approve the project or not. And after that, you have a period of time, like let's say a week. And after that week, if you didn't reach your goal, you're not getting any money. If you reach the goal, then it's another couple of days for you to get the money on your bank account. If you have time, that's great, you know? Like I kind of started a little bit late. So with GoFundMe, I just started the campaign, started sharing it. And then let's say in 2 days, I got like $300. And then they will transfer that money and they would take like 0.9% or something, you know. A lot of people say like, oh, that's the trick, because every transition they take some money. But at the end, so far they have taken like $35, I think, from all the money that I've been getting so far. And it's not even like 2%, you know. It's like, so it's the best option. So
So that's how you
I think so, yeah. And GoFundMe. I mean, it's usually for more like bigger stuff, or you know, more like personal or health and all that. But they also have the creative part, and you know, people like, I have a friend who showed me this new board game that one of his friends started a campaign on GoFundMe, and then so thanks to that, he started this, like, not company, but he started developing the board game. So now he's like selling it. You know, it's great to get money, because not once you share it with your friends, they share it with their friends, and you know, it's like a chain reaction.
So people that give you money, do they read your script? Or are they considered producers?
No, well, that it depends on how you set it. You know, because like, for example, I just wrote what the short is about. I pitched the idea of my friends who are also artists in Mexico. We're shooting there, and you know, saying some of the money is for the production, some other is for paychecks, like all that, and then you can keep them updated with things about the project. And the good thing is that I think the minimum is like $20, but I'm not really sure if there's even a minimum of donation. But for example, what I did when I started sharing is that anything above from $20, it gets a special thanks on the credit. And then I said, if you are bold enough to do 300 or more, you're going to be listed as executive producers. That's how I did it. But then some other people do, you know, other stuff. Like everyone, and no matter what quantity of money you gave, how much money you give, you're still gonna be like special thanks. Or you know, it really depends on what you want to do and how you're gonna want to treat the people who support your film.
Wow.
And just to finally answer your question. So I talked yesterday with the guy who's editing, and we said like mid-June, or by the end of June, which is almost like 4 weeks, to have the final version, because most of the film festivals open their submissions in July, August. So my goal is to, you know, send it to different festivals. And that's also something that you have to be very clever, you know, and smart, because you don't want to, if you made a rom-com, you don't want to send it to a festival that it's like for horror movies. You know what I'm saying? You have to look really for the festivals that you want to, that you think that you might have a chance to get in, because the submissions are not free most of the time, and they're like $30 to $40, and like, you know. So yeah, it's you have to make your like strategy to see what film festivals you're gonna apply for, and you also have to play your cards. You know, it's nothing bad. Like I play my card of like being gay, being Latinx or Mexican. You know, it's like, it's not like, oh, select my film because I'm gay and Mexican. No, it's more about going to Latino Film Festival in the US, going to the LGBTQ plus festivals in the world. You know what I'm saying? Is because it increases your chances to get your film somewhere.
Yes, you know how to you got to market it right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's hard. It is
There's
hard.
so many film festivals. Do you have your eye
Oh
on a
yeah.
couple already?
Well, I have my eye on some of them. Um, I'm kind of course, I know it would play amazingly in Sonoma, but of course I cannot apply. Uh, I thought of Sundance, but it's a hard one to get in, you know, and it's just like, should I or not? But that's kind of like the big one that I thought. I thought of applying to, uh, the one that selected my other short, because that's the other thing. Once you've been selected in one, you you basically are an alumni now. So they would, it's not, it doesn't mean that your film is going to be selected again, your new film. It just means that they give like a little extra, like, you know,
Yeah.
they look at it, they review it and all that. Yeah.
Well, good luck. I mean, we just got our letters yesterday for Sundance when the film
I know.
festival starts, and also when the submission starts. So I was thinking about you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I would probably, you know, see if it's worth it to submit. It all depends also how the final product looks like. And I kind of hate to say it, but it's sort of true that you know, there's a certain type or a certain look of film for Sundance or for other festivals. So it's like, will it fit? Will it not? So
Yeah.
it's a lot to think of.
Yeah. Well, you have inside knowledge about that, so you'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll try.
Well, thank you so much for coming by and taking time out for me and
Yeah,
talking to me and sharing all this knowledge. Like, I
thank you
think
so
film
much.
school is great because you do have your crew, and I think that's why a lot of us get stuck, you know, thinking
Yeah,
we can't do it because we didn't go to film school. We don't have the connections, you know?
yeah,
Yeah. So I think that,
yeah. But as you said, like we met through, yeah, something in the film industry related, but not really on a set. So it's like, I would say to everyone who's out there, like volunteer for something. You never know who you're gonna meet. You never know, you know, like, and Sundance is, it's a great way. It's a great film festival to volunteer at, because you just not make it's not like you make your contacts out of your volunteers friends. Yes, you do that, but also you can get on a bus with a producer who you pitch the idea just as a normal talk, and then, oh, you know what, I want to make your film or something like that. It's,
yeah,
you never know.
yeah, I believe that. I met a bunch of people there that are do things in Hollywood I didn't know that existed, and they're pretty
Yeah,
bigwigs up there, you know? So
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
there's so much more involved in making movies than just what you think. There's so much.
Yeah, yeah, and sometimes, like, I really feel honored to be here, as I said before. Uh, but I know there's people who have more experience, who have more knowledge. But then it's like, you talk about your experiences, you talk about what you know. So that's kind of like, okay, let's do this kind of stuff. Like I'm being they invited me to be a juror for a film festival this weekend here in the Russian River. So I'm doing that for, like, for shorts, and it's going great. Like, it's totally different once you're programming for a festival and when you're trying to get a winner for a festival, which is, it's great.
Wow,
Yeah,
it's all a great experience for you too. I mean, to be able to
it
do all
is.
that stuff. So I'm glad you read my script.
Yeah, no, totally. And
Thank you so much.
as I said before,
Like, oh,
I honestly like it. Like, it's, I mean, I don't know if it's because I like fantasy, but I also love, oh, of course you, I mean,
I love fantasy too. That's what I
yeah,
meant.
but yeah. Um, and also, like, having a bit or a lot of folkloric or cultural references from different parts of the world, that's amazing, you know. It's like those stories, the legends or whatever that we know, like for example in Mexico, like it's like okay, someone they sound totally made up, but others are like okay, this could happen or happened, and then it becomes this part of your culture that it's great when people explore it in different ways or like a new perspective. So I think that's what I liked about most. That's what I liked the most about your script.
Thank you.
That is like, yeah, it was really great.
Oh, I can't believe I met you. It's so wild. I mean,
know.
I mean, it's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jody. Yeah, and we'll see you in person, hopefully next year, if not before.
Oh yeah, if not before, but for sure next year.
For sure next year.
I want to go skiing next year, so
I'll learn how to snowboard or because I tried skiing and it was like, no, this is not for me.
I have to ride my bike a lot so I can get up there on that mountain.
I know, because those lifts ain't cheap.
Yeah. Well, also just walking to work, I realized.
Oh, okay. I see. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, wow. But yeah, all that working out too. Need to make money too.
I know.
Well, thank you, honey, and I'll talk to you soon. And good luck. Have fun.
Thank you so much.
Have fun. Enjoy making that movie of yours. It'll be great.
Thank you so much. I'll keep you posted, and you'll be one of the first to see it
once
it's done.
Thank you. I can't wait.
But don't share it with Augy.
Okay, honey. Bye, baby.
Bye-bye. Have a nice week.
Bye. You too. Bye, honey.